Hi ho! We are here for our weekend reflection message, and it's fairly straightforward today. We have from the Radiant Sun Oracle Saturn in Capricorn, which is riches, followed by Saturn in Gemini, which is concentration, followed by Mercury in Leo, which is drama. All right, underneath riches, we have the Hermit. Underneath concentration, we have the King of Wands. And underneath drama, we have Seven of Wands. Don't the cards really match today? They really align like they always do. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys listen to the audio and then we'll come back and unpack. Our message for the weekend is clear and simple. Remain focused, diligent, and intentional. Do not get distracted or diverted from your work. Not only your spiritual work, but also your current mission or project or idea. Maintain a balance of both discipline as well as rest and enjoyment. Try not to become reactive or impulsive for the next couple of weeks during the remainder of this Mercury Retrograde in Cancer. Lots of healing and transformation are occurring on the inside that are fueling your physical world efforts with light and will soon yield fruit. You've gained something valuable through your experience and research, and you will have a uniquely captivating way of sharing this with the world. Believe in yourself, not because of your own merit, but because the Creator entrusted you with this. And it is the Creator that will empower you to persevere and be a channel for this light to come through. So, yeah, this is screaming, don't say anything, don't do anything impulsive through this period of Mercury retrograde in Cancer. The next couple of weeks are just, there's so much intensity and pressure in the air. And there is so much room for miscommunication or poor timing in communication, or maybe something to evolve within a contract that you don't want to settle on it yet. So the key during this time is do less, attract more. We're in one of the, like Kabbalistically speaking, some of the three most intense and negative days of the year over these 3 weeks. So it's not a good time to plant seeds. We're not really planting new seeds. What we're doing is we're refining the vessel, and we're doing the inner work. The inner work that will either be the remedy that will change the outer situation or make way for that outer remedy to come. But even if we do change our outer situation, if we haven't healed the internal source of angst or negativity, it's still festering and it's still going to cause the same outer patterns to happen. So we are given great opportunities during this time to feel that pressure, to observe those emotions and thoughts and take away inputs and observations, make notes during this time. Pray a lot, tune inward to inner guidance, try to cultivate stillness, right? We've got the Hermit here, right? And so also too, it's like when we're trying to manifest something, if we talk about it a lot, then we put it under the evil eye of others who might be jealous or have worry or judgment or negativity around our idea. And so not only do we put it under, the scrutiny of evil eye and negativity, but we also are spending spiritual energy that we haven't earned yet. And so we're taking the fulfillment before the thing is earned, and then we don't have the motivation to follow through. Or we spend all our spiritual gas going in circles rather than going forward. So the phrase, loose lips sink ships. So, and that includes, getting into like evil tongue conversations about seemingly unrelated topics to your thing. It's just going to cause a lot of negative energy, and it's going to siphon your life force, your creative magnetism, and all that implies. So, in order to get the riches, right? Not only the inner transformation that's happening, but to refine your vessel to be able to channel that light in a blessed and fulfilling way. We need to avoid potential kind of chaos right now and calamity because of this intensified sensitivity of this Mercury in Cancer. Everybody's going through this right now. So just try not to say anything impulsive. Try not to take any impulsive action. We're extra reactive right now. So we can overcome our reactivity, not just by suppressing it or avoiding it, but by truly trying to change our perception, change our consciousness, change our heart, right? So doing that work will actually yield more fruitful productivity in the long run, rather than sending you through more of a process. So, hunker down, work on your project. There's a lot of value right now that can be gained by just focusing on what your soul is calling you to focus and work on, and avoid the adversary's dangling shiny carrots to divert you from revealing your soul's light. For each person, that's different. It doesn't necessarily have to do with your career goals, or it could be interwoven with them. However, in one way or another, everything in our life is connected, because the inner work that we do, say, to like improve our relationship with ourselves, or our perception of our self-worth, or heal our relationships, our tikkun correction with our parents, or something around a fear or whatever, that could yield sort of a windfall in another area of our life, right? And it's just like it's opening up the energy to flow. All right, so we are staying focused. We're not getting distracted. We're keeping our intention. And part of that, holding that focus and holding that energy, is keeping our words to a minimum. When we expend our words, we expend our magical potency, especially when we're doing the evil tongue. We're adding to our magical potency when we're speaking blessing and we're speaking appreciation and we're in the high vibrational state of speaking life and truth. But, it takes a lot of practice and awareness and presence and intention and focus to be able to maintain that state. Otherwise, we get into our mind grows tired, we get monkey mind, and then, we start to go on a bandwagon about venting about someone, and then we start feeling really great about our vent session, and then we realize, oh no, I just spewed out so much of my spiritual, creative potency in that moment, right? So we learn to have more restriction around that. But as we do practice more discipline and restriction, and being intentional about what we put our energy and focus on, it makes us more potent in our actions. So our actions become more effective. So the King of Wands, there's something about something we've been working on or researching, or we have an idea about, or something that we're bringing forth to share, that it's like we're reaching a new level of understanding and industriousness, and it can be really effective. We can be really successful at this, but we have to be confident in our own experience with this and not compare ourselves to others, because there's always going to be someone with a better pedigree, higher pedigree than you, better acumens, better, more accolades, more outer world, acknowledgement, but you have a certain particular, way of communicating or charisma that people connect with. right? That's why, you know, there's lots of teachers teaching the same things, but people ultimately pick that teacher according to their own personal connection with that person, right? So if that teacher was like, well, there's lots of teachers already doing this, and you know, I'm not necessarily bringing anything innovative, you know, or at least not in your opinion, or I'm not as learned or whatever as these other people. There's something that is unique that you bring to the table that the Creator put in you, or else you wouldn't have this like calling or this potent desire to make the effort to make this happen, to go in this direction, right? So having confidence in yourself that the Creator put you to this task, and it's not about having confidence in your own capability or your own merit, because we can fuck everything up in a split second, right? Just saying the wrong thing, or, you know, taking the wrong action or making the wrong choice, right? So it's really the Creator that's empowering us when we're willing, right? And our job is to actually refine our vessels so we're the best instrument we can be to channel that light through in the best way, to share it with the world and with others. So, and that's basically what the the Mercury in Leo is talking about. It's like coming out with whatever you've been working on and researching, this idea that you've been shaping, or something you've been preparing to launch or share or do, or a stage you've been moving into. There's something about like, don't pussyfoot around when you come out with it. Like, have some boldness, have some panache, you know, dazzle the people, like have a little bit of like showmanship or confidence in yourself. Don't be afraid to stand out and to shine and, you know, be charismatic or something like that. It's like not shying away from the spotlight, not shying away from attention, not being timid, you know, but you don't have to be arrogant and an egomaniac either. But like you need a little dose of that in order to be a channel of a message to communicate, right? In order to get attention, you have to desire a little bit of it to some degree. So, and then this paired with Seven of Wands, it's like, yes, there is a challenge here, but the message of the Seven of Wands is that the energies are changing, and we do have what it takes to persevere. But this is just part of the initiation process that the hero goes through. And so we have what it takes to stand our ground, to push through, to persevere, to overcome, to achieve this. To handle our affairs. We just have to believe in ourselves, and don't be timid about, you know, when we put our ideas out in the world, you know, be free to express those in flamboyant, exciting ways, because you want to captivate an audience, even someone who has the highest intentions on earth to start a movement of world peace and ecological repair. They have to do so in a captivating way that gets people's attention and gets people enticed and activates and invokes a desire in wanting to join this thing, right? And it takes charisma to do that, and magnetism. And not kind of like, you know, shrinking away in timidity, or like, I don't know if anybody's gonna get this, but you know, it's like, if you're, you know, there's no reason to second guess yourself. Be bold, be confident. Easier said than done, but it's like one of those things where you just kind of fake it until you make it. You know, I don't know. I've put myself out there in a lot of ways that have been, you know, led to a lot of public humiliation. And eventually it just doesn't even faze you anymore. It doesn't even traumatize you. You're just sort of take the punches. You're like, well, I'll have something to write about. Well, that is all for today. We will be back together tomorrow for Secret Teachings of Jesus. I anticipate that being after work at our usual kind of midnight hour. But I don't know if anything can happen. So, you know, never know. All right. And until then, I hope that y'all have a lovely Friday evening. Ciao.